one of the easiest mistakes to make with BGP configs is not understanding how the next hop IP address works. Now, the point that I want to make here is that when an advertisement comes from one autonomous system to the next, the receiving eBGP neighbor does not immediately rewrite the next hop IP address. And so as that advertisement gets trickled down into the internal autonomous system, the other routers may not know how to reach the next hop IP address. It sounds complicated, right? And it is. Let me show you this in practice right now. I want you to notice something in my BGP table. We don't have the greater than symbol for these advertisements, which are for networks on R1 and R2. I'm on R7. And I want you to see the next IP address, and I want you to find that in the topology. That is the IP address of router 4 on the frame relay network. Now, do I or should I expect reachability to that IP address? Well, let's just ping it. 172.16.33.4. That's interesting. I don't see that I can ping it. And if you can't ping the next hop IP address, that's bad news. But this should be expected. This is proper behavior of BGP. It just doesn't make our lives any easier. What you want is to issue the next hop self command, which really in my mind should be tacked on to all of your iBGP neighbors. All of your iBGP neighbor statements should have this just to make your life easier. So I'm going to do a show run section BGP. And what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to resolve this. Okay. So let's look at R7 again. I'm going to reissue this show command. We'll give it a little bit of time too. I want to make sure that I did it right. I'm not going to worry about that OSPF checksum error. Is that right? 33.9. Oh no, that's not even the right neighbor. That's my neighbor to R6. So I really should have done it for this. I could have waited a while and that wouldn't have worked. This is my neighborship statement going to R7. I should have been a little bit more careful, but we can recover. Just give it a sec. Now, this should work. I'm going to do a clear IP BGP. That's very disruptive. I'm going to do it in a laboratory. Okay. So, what's going on here? Interesting. Now I said next hop self, right, on R5, saying when I communicate 172.16.33.14, that's to R7, advertise it with, and let's make sure, good, I know how to reach that. I'm not getting the greater than sign. Let's do a show IP. I want you to see this. So I'm not getting these, and that's clear because I don't see the greater than symbol. There we go. I just had to be more patient. BGP is not the fastest to converge. And you're probably thinking, well, this is just not going to work, Dan. Start over. Well, nope. You just got to be patient with BGP. It is notoriously slow. But now we have that reachability. We have that reachability. Now I should do it on R6 is neighbor statement to R7, and I should do it on R4 to all of the routers inside of BGP Autonomous System 64500. But I just wanted you to see how critical it is to have that next hop self command. It's not really an optional command in many topologies. And the underlying nature of our networks, we don't like to advertise the transit networks between autonomous systems. That's a BGP practice to not advertise the transit network, the network that is between two autonomous systems. So therefore, we need this command very much in the real world.